and you don't know when this is going to clear. It's easy to get down.
Yeah.
And it takes really a lot of courage to say, I'm not going to be that person.
Yep. And I have my moments, of course. Scream,
Yeah.
face into a pillow, screaming at the top of your lungs so no one hears you.
But then you have a 24-hour rule that you follow, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or you're allowed to feel sorry for yourself. And this is not in perpetuity. This is not, sorry, fixing the pillow behind my back there. It's not meant to be like you have the same recurring issue and every so often. Like I get 24 hours on Monday and I get 24 hours. No,
that's true.
You have, and obviously
back.
the 24-hour rule isn't, for anyone listening to this who thinks that I could be being insensitive, I'm not talking about like your child dies. You get 24 hours to feel sorry for yourself and it's talking about regular daily life issues, struggles, whatever. You can take a day to be pissed off, to feel sorry for yourself, whatever, and then it's time to do something about it. What's the next step? How do I move forward? How do I, you can't just sit and dwell on it or it won't go anywhere.
Yeah. But I don't think people think about that being attitude. But I think it takes courage to have the right attitude.
Yeah.
To pull ourselves out of it, to have a good attitude when other people aren't. Because isn't it so easy to get stuck in the mob mentality? If other people are being negative, it's pretty easy to join them.
Yeah, I consider myself generally a pretty positive person. But I will say, if somebody from work calls me or whatever and says, "Did you hear what so-and-so did?" I'll find myself immediately engaging in a 45-minute conversation, talking about, yeah, he does this and he does. It's very easy to get caught up in the negativity cloud.
And that doesn't help a darn thing.
Because you never walk away from one of those conversations saying, I feel really like good and rested and my mind feels really right. You almost feel like emotionally drained.
Well, even if you feel validated because you did talk about this person and the person was wrong, let's say, but then it wasn't that big a deal. But as soon as the other people start piling on, now the next time you see the person, they do one little minor thing, it irritates you far more than it would have.
Yep.
So I feel like, we have to have courage in the tough times in life and the everyday life, right? Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I talk about and I put in Burn the Map was having courage muscles. I kind of think about it like, okay, so you've had back problems too. Sorry about that. I might have had something to do with it. But I remember when I had some really bad lower back problems and I was going to a physical therapist. And so she said, well, so you have atrophy in these lower muscles. So we need to kind of get those muscles going. So she takes her finger and she puts it on this one little tiny spot on my back next to my spine. She goes, okay, now engage that muscle. I'm like, I don't even know where the muscle, what? My brain had no connection to the muscle. That was probably the hardest thing I ever did in physical therapy. It was literally trying to flex a tiny little, because it had atrophied and my brain wasn't connecting to the muscle. And I kind of feel like that's the way it is with courage, is that we have to flex our muscles. We have to build them up. We have to know how to use them, because otherwise when the tough time comes, when the really big thing hits, you're not going to know what to do. You're going to be completely taken out, like by the tidal wave, right?
Yep.
So I feel like this is why I give the advice that try to be courageous in everyday life. Any opportunity you have to be courageous, even if it has nothing to do with anything,